Hey, you fucks. Thanks for, checking out the videos, showing a little bit of support. How about you take it to the next level and show us some love over there on Patreon, huh? Huh? Huh?
Yo, 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 what the fuck is out there? Everybody out there on YouTube, so go with Papa Tikyo coming to you live from Japan land. And, yeah, this is another kind of like free flow rant. I like doing these rants in the morning, it's like a great way to start my day up, It's just I go through my morning routine. Everybody has a morning routine, right? I'm not the only one, right? You guys have the morning routine, right? Of the cleaning and the feeding and whatever, doing the thing. Yeah, it feels good. It feels awesome, and it is my um, but yeah, oh, dude, I did that thing where you're supposed to wake up, and I slept for another hour or two. Yeah, I have my alarm set for 4:30, and but when I feel like I can get the full 8 hours of sleep, I'm like, okay, I'll go back to bed. But it's usually, I don't know about you guys, but like if I wake up sometimes, then and I go back to bed, I'll have like a very vivid dream, but then like the ending will be shit. It's like you spend the whole dream trying to fuck some chick, and then like you're finally about to get in bed with her, and then all of a sudden it's like beep beep beep. I'm like, no, no, I was about to get in there, son of a bitch, though. Yeah, it's just God, it's so funny. It's just, oh man, it's like your real subconscious comes out in the middle of your dreams, right? It's like I see this chick, and like she's hot, and she's like Japanese chick with like short blonde hair for some reason. She's like punkish or whatever, and like I'm in a guest house in the middle of a mall, but it's like an American mall, not a Japanese mall, and I'm like, what the fuck? How are people living in the mall? Like, what's going on? This has to be a zoning regulation or something, like, and then it's just like, and like this chick's into me too, but like her roommate's being a bitch and like cock blocking me, and like we're sitting watching a movie, and like she's like rubbing my thigh, and like we're feeling the sexual tension is very high, but her roommate keeps looking over, and he's like this dude, and he's just like, like like, why are you trying to fuck her? I want to fuck her. And it's like, god damn it, you cock blocking piece of shit. And it's like it's so funny because like it's always shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? Like if I was there, I would have done something different. Meh. But in the moment, it's always hard to tell, especially if you're running low on energy. Like I noticed that with people, like especially with me. It's like you're trying to do something, and then you're like, oh man, I don't have any fucking energy, son of a bitch, and then it doesn't go the way that you wanted. Oh, yeah, so it's just, but also like the dreams remind me. It's like a time capsule, right? Like you go back in time, and you're like, I wouldn't probably think like that or feel like that right now, but back then, definitely, And I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, that could have been a thing. Fucking A, dude. But anyway, yeah, that was kind of going through my mind. Like, oh, that was such a weird fucking dream. But yeah, at the end, I was about to get in there, and then I didn't, and then I was like, no, god damn it, why? And it's, what are you gonna do, right? Hey, Mike, what the fuck are you gonna do? Shit. But yeah, anyway, it's a Thursday here. I'm about to go film with a very sexy Japanese comedian. His name's Ken Suzuki. And then I'm supposed to film with another guy, Mr. Harry Boy, today. And he's like a guy who does street interviews with people. But he's, what is it, like, might have, I don't know if I'll be able to go see him because I have another job. And it might be extended. Like, that's the thing that, like, I don't know if it's like, my whole thing is, like, I never am going the standard route, There's always something different about what I'm doing compared to the conventional way of doing shit, Like, I don't join interpreting companies. Like, I mean, I'm part of them, right? But, like, I don't really do a lot of jobs with them. I do a lot of freelance jobs, I do jobs my way. And it works out great, though, because it's like, then I don't need to, like, I get to make up my own rules, and I don't need to follow other people's rules just for the sake of them being rules, Especially if they don't work that well to begin with. So, But yeah, one of my things is just like when I do interpreting, I always tell people like, okay, this is the set amount of payment per time, and but if you sign up for more hours, you get a discount on that, so that's good. But you know, like some jobs, like since I'm freelance though, I have to be flexible, you know, because it's like I don't get nothing set in stone, right? So I always tell people like, look, this is the amount of time that we said we were going to do it for, and if you signed up for more hours, then you get the discount. But if we sign up for 1 hour, but it ends up being extended, then you know, a lot of people they'll do like 1 hour, but then you have to pay extra for 30 minutes and 30 minutes and 30 minutes, and I'm like, no, just like, look, dude, like if it's for more than 1 hour, then like, you know, it'll just be extended for 1 more hour. I don't do the whole 30 minutes for like double the price kind of shit, because that's just a dick move. I'm like, nah, you're paying for another hour, like that. There you go, it's the normal rate. And like people could say, well, that's a dick move too, but it's like, nah, man. Like, you know, normally when they need to extend something, it's because they're not done talking, and they're not going to be done talking for a while. So yeah, tonight I have a feeling this is going to be one of those not done talking for a while kind of situation. So I might not be able to go film with Harry Boy, but it's interesting because he does a lot of really good street interviews. It's just he needs to get the format down. He doesn't really have the branding down, and he needs to. But I'm going to talk to him about that. So. But anyway, yeah, before I move further, let me get into the self-promo. Guys, big shout out to everybody who signs up for my Patreon over at patreon.com/TKOSam, because I don't make any money off of Google AdSense, guys. You know, Google AdSense, despite being better than Twitch or whatever, I still don't get a lot of money from this shit. So this is entirely 100% fan-funded by you guys. If you want to see more content every fucking week, if you want to like see more shit all the time, then you know what to do, guys. Just fucking go over to patreon.com/TKOSam. I've got tons of different bonus footage over there. There's tons of different bonus content. If you ever wanted to learn Japanese to fluency before you came over here, or you want to, you know, you wanted to move to Japan and like you've looked at all the Reddit boards and everything, but you just need to hear somebody tell you what you need to do, I've got consultations for that. Or if you're coming over for a week or so and you want to hang out with me, guaranteed for a day, and we can go have an adventure, then sign up for the tour, man. That's the way to do it. And what else? Yeah, and if you don't want to do the Patreon, you can do a super chat, or you can become a member. If you become a member, you get the bonus content. I mean, you guys probably know the fucking deal. You push the join button and you get bonus shit. And if you do super chats, you're extending the live stream that I do after these you know, after the what do you call it, after these uploads. Basically, anytime I get a super chat or a super comment, especially on the non-live streaming side, I put that money in like a little bit of like a timer thing, and I add that time to the next live stream. So yeah, guys, just consider doing that. Speaking of which, big shout out to this super chat boy of the month. Yes, big thank you and shout out to you, my good sir. You definitely have giant New York peanuts, and I respect your gangster. But anyway, yeah, guys, I gotta shout out people. I gotta do this more on my YouTube channel too, you know, like just in general on the main channel. I gotta shout out more people who do the donos and stuff. Yeah, because it's just awesome, and it is, ma'am, and it is awesome. But what was I talking about before doing the self promo stuff? Morning routine. And the interpreting jobs and everything, and the walk and talks. So today I'll be doing the walk and talk with Mr. Ken Suzuki. I want to do it with Yoshi Meshida, like his kind of like YouTube business partner, but you know, he doesn't really. It's like there's certain guys that don't leave their neighborhoods, you know, to hang out. Like I'm like, if I go somewhere for business, I'll leave, but like going somewhere casually just to like hang out, I don't really care, you know. I'm kind of like, you get older and you're like set in your ways more, right? So if people want to hang out, they got to come to Shinjuku. They got to come to Kabukicho, you know? Like, this is the place to be, man. I'm telling you. Like, and besides, most people don't come here anyway. So it's like, it's always like, ooh, I get to hang out with him and go do these things. And, you know, it encourages me more to go out and explore and find more places that are local and stuff and get to know the people around here or whatever, you know? Have a good time. But yeah, anyway, guys, if you don't want to do the super chats or the Patreon, always help me out by smashing the like button and leaving a comment. I guess comment of the day is I don't know. Let's pick something random. Right now, I'm watching like old FPS long play footage from PC shit, and I'm watching like a long play of Doom and a long play of Blood. And so yeah, if you guys like this stuff, if you like any FPSs, let me know, because these old FPSs, man, like, even though the graphics weren't that amazing, like, they really went, like, it was very fast-paced, and what they lacked for in graphics, they made up for in gameplay. I mean, like, these games are like, wow, it's just fast animation, like a lot of variety of enemies, cool like dynamics and stuff in the gameplay. It's just cool. It's so funny. I never really got into like first-person shooters when I was younger, and I'm still not really into them. But I always like watching them, if that makes sense. I like to watch. I like to watch. And man, I just, goddamn, I finished a garlic jar earlier. Like, I don't know if you guys know what that is. Like a garlic jar. Like I finished, basically, like, you can buy these jars of minced garlic from like the wholesale food places, because people use that in their restaurants or whatever. And goddamn, dude, like I bought that, and I forgot to rinse out the jar when I was done with it, and so I just put it in my trash bag. And it's a little bit of a windy day today, and I can just feel the garlic like wafting through my apartment, and I'm like, I mean, like, I don't mind it, but it is kind of strong and overwhelming. And people are like, well, it's gonna make your apartment smell like that for a long time. Nah, dude, just give it a sec, it'll be fine. It's the same thing with like the tariffs or whatever. All these people are like, man, they keep fucking with the tariffs and everything, and I'm like, shut up, bitch. Like, everything's temporary. You'll be fine. Calm down. If you were in the desert, or like you were in the countryside for like a year or two, you wouldn't feel any of this, dude. So like, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. But yeah, with the garlic too, I'm like, well, it'll smell like that for probably a week or so, but that'll be fine. Like, you take enough showers with chemicals and shit, and you'll be okay. Yeah. Anyway, it's just random rant today, just random topics. God, I spent all yesterday working on like metadata for. I finished like 5 videos, and normally I do this before the videos are even started on, like, for editing, but I didn't do it, so I had to make like 5 thumbnails yesterday for these videos for my main channel. But then also I had to do all this extra shit. Like, I had to write down like what are some good tags for the videos for SEO shit. And then also on YouTube, they want you to, I noticed with other YouTube channels, like, they give you, YouTube pushes your channel more when you change your thumbnail at least 2 or 3 times. Even if the and like, you would be like, well, yeah, of course, because you change it to a better thumbnail. And I'm like, no. Like, I've seen, because you can get this this add-on called vidIQ for your browser, and it will show you when somebody's changed their thumbnail multiple times, and like when they did it. And like, a lot of these channels, even if the thumbnail is slightly different, they change it like a bunch, because it just kind of shows YouTube like, oh, he updated it. Okay, yeah. And so that's what a lot of channels that like aren't that popular but get viral videos, that's one of the things they've been doing. So I've been trying to make multiple thumbnails that are slightly different. What else? Also just making tags, making tags and then putting them in the video description. And the cool thing is like using ChatGPT for all this shit too, So that's been fun. And like, yeah, using ChatGPT, like, I was just looking for I think I found it, like Leonardo ChatGPT or something. Like, I was looking for an AI that will upscale the picture. So, like, what do you call it? Artificially. And, oh man, that garlic smell. I gotta go do something about that. Okay. I had to like pause the recording to go to my bathroom. And because like in my bathroom is where because it's while I'm recording this, I kind of stopped taking baths for a bit, and I just do showers now because it's more convenient. But For my trash, you know, like, luckily I can throw my trash out whenever I want, but I usually wait till at least I have like 2 bags of trash before I throw it out. And, yeah, but I usually keep them, like in Japan, you can, your bathtubs have like a lid on them that you can put on there to keep the warm water in. And so I've just been putting my trash on top of that lid. And, I mean, like, none of it's like decomposing, like, you know, like smelly ass trash, but yeah, that jar. Oh man, that jar. Anyway, I just ended up, cause like after I take a shower, I usually turn a fan on. Like my bathroom, it has a fan, but it doesn't fucking, it's not strong. So I have to use one of my USB fans and just put it on top of like the shelf, and then just let that run, and then like just open up the window or whatever to let the moisture out. But yeah, that just amplified the garlic smell in there. So I took that out, and then you know, like for my bathroom, this is the thing too that I don't think a lot of like, I always get angry at my friends that are like, oh man, don't take a shit at my house. And I'm like, why? You don't have anything that doesn't smell? Like, it's not my fault you didn't buy like toilet deodorizer, you fucking idiot. And like, you know, I remember, I'm not going to say the name because he's going to deny it and probably get angry, but there was a buddy of mine here in Tokyo who I would go over to his house sometimes, and, you know, I'd be there for a while, like, you know, because we're, like, you know, filming and hanging out or whatever, and I would take, like, you know, sometimes I would have to take a shit, right? And he's like, oh, man, you're going to stink up my toilet. And I was like, so the first time he mentioned that, I was like, this guy, I gotta de-escalate this before it becomes a big issue. So, you know, I always buy stuff before I go over to friends' houses. You know, people, it's so funny because it's like, I don't make that much money, right? So but at the same time, I don't have this like little bitch scarcity mentality about myself where I'm like trying to penny pinch everything, right? So the next time I went over to that friend's house, like usually I'll bring drinks. You know, if it's a friend's house, I'll bring them a drink. Like, all my friends like green tea, so I'll bring them a green tea or something and be like, yo, what up? And, but I also brought, like, this toilet deodorizer spray that you can just spray that kills the smell in 5 seconds. And I also bought him, like, a 6-pack of, like, matches, too. So I'm like, here, from now on, I don't care if you're a germaphobe or something. Like, if you're going to have people over to your house, they're going to take shits. So do that. And then since then, it's been a couple of years, and he always buys toilet deodorizer now. So it's like you gotta start them off on that habit. But yeah, that's the thing about my place is that like I've got like the so I took the, you know, to get that garlic smell out, I just sprayed the toilet deodorizer spray all over, and then obviously took the garlic thing out of the fan area and just put it in my Genkan instead, and because there's no airflow over there. And then also for I don't know about you guys who live in Japan who are foreigners who are watching me, which is probably -5, but you know, when my mom died, I made a shrine for her. Like in Japan, that it's normal. It's called a butan, I think it is, or God, I haven't said it in a while. Budai or something. It's Butsudan, that's what it's called, Butsudan. It literally means like a Buddhist pedestal kind of thing, but Buddhist display. But it's a normal thing in Japan. If you guys ever played Shenmue, you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, in this, it's yeah, I have like incense in there, usually like this Tibetan style. I forgot what it's called. It's called like chantan or chatan incense, and you know, it used to be my habit where I would go and in the morning I would light up the incense, ring the bell, do a little prayer. And I haven't done it recently just because the incense was just like, it was kind of overwhelming. But yeah, you know, but today I was like, oh hey, get rid of the garlic smell, let's light this shit. But I also think it's just like you need to take time to clean stuff out. Like, you can't have clutter around your house, and I realize I've been kind of cluttery recently. Like, I found out in Shinjuku you can't throw away computer parts. You can't throw away even a LCD screen, and I'm like, well, what? Like, because they have, if you have too much of, like, if your garbage is too big, then you can't fucking you can't throw it away with normal garbage. You have to schedule something online with the city for them to come pick it up, and then you have to pay for it at the convenience store. And I was like, okay, I'll just do that with this LCD screen I got a while ago that's broken. And it's like, nope, you gotta hire, it's called a Gyosha-san or something. You gotta hire like some business or whatever to take care of it. And I'm like, God damn it. Okay, so, and then like their website's just shit. And I'm like, how am I gonna have to pay $20 to throw this away? If that's the case, I'm just gonna illegally dump it somewhere, because this is bullshit. You can't make it like, if you're gonna make it hard for me, I will just put this in a backpack and I will take it out into the farmland and let it go free, kind of thing. AKA just put it in a dumpster where, you know, they don't care, where it don't matter. But yeah, that's a thing, and it is, ma'am. Here, let me take some coffee here. I love it. I love it. Just the black coffee and the milk. Yeah, I've been doing a thing where every month I order stuff from Amazon, starting from a month ago. But it's for like drinks. So every day I drink at least one bottle of green tea when I'm at home. Like this is all for at home stuff. So like every day I have a vegetable juice in the morning. And then I'll have about 2 cups of coffee, and I will have what else? And then and then I'll have at least one bottle of green tea, and that's all at home. And yeah, I get that every month, and it's ironically it's cheaper to order it online than buy it in the store. And I was like, okay, that's good, that's fine. But and also I'm like an Amazon Prime member or whatever. It's like the same thing as Costco shit, so I don't need to pay for delivery for this stuff. So yeah, I just ordered that. I ordered like one thing, like, you know, it's so funny, like the tiny little nuances, the tiny little things you change to make it cheaper or easier for yourself. Like I was buying these bottles of veggie juice, and I'm like, oh well, I don't really like, I was like, wait, the juice boxes are significantly cheaper, I'll just get the juice boxes instead. And so it's like I got the juice boxes instead to drink my veggie juice now in the morning. And yeah, same thing for the green tea. Green tea is easier to get. It's easier to get when if you just get in the smaller bottles or whatever versus the big bottles. And yeah, like I like to just, I know it's a big waste of plastic or whatever, right? But like I have this thermos that I fill up with lemon water every morning, lemon water and ice, to get my hydration every day, right? And I'll put at least one bottle of green tea in there just to kind of caffeinate it. And I don't know, man, like it's so funny. Aside from exercise, I do so much good stuff for like putting good shit in my body, you know? Like every morning I take my multivitamin, my oil pill, you know, I take that green powder drink in the morning with my veggie juice. It's like I drink my green tea, I drink my milk. Like there's so many good things I do, but I just don't exercise. And yeah, what prompted me going on Amazon today was that I needed more protein powder. Like I wanted to start working out again, and I remember the thing that kind of let me work out, like the thing that, like, you know, because it's all about habits, right? Like good habit loops. And my habit loop was that like you know, protein powder makes me gain weight. And if people wonder why, like, you know, Japanese people always ask me, like, how did you gain so much weight in Japan? And obviously it was from eating a lot of food and not exercising, and like eating like bad food, junk food, right? But I think also like a big contributing factor was that there was like a point where I was drinking a lot of like banana protein powder smoothies without doing enough exercise, and that made me really blow up, you know? And so in order to counteract that, but at the same time, like, enjoy, I don't know, protein powder tastes great, man. Like I know a lot of people like to take their protein powder with like water or something, but I was like, nah, man, I want you know, I want protein powder with milk, and I want to be able to take that in the morning, you know? It's like my little coffee booster thing. And there's a protein powder in Japan. It's so funny, like you would think that other companies would have evolved by now to be better, right? Because in Japan there's this one very popular protein company called Javis, and it's everywhere. You can find it. It was like the biggest most brand recognizable protein powder in Japan for the longest time. You could get it everywhere, like at the supermarkets, at Don Quixote, wherever, right? But it has a shit ton of sugar in it, and there's not a lot of protein per scoop. And my Swedish buddy a couple years ago, he told me about this protein powder called The Protein, and I think it's a Japanese brand, but it's like for normal protein powders that are Japanese, you get like 15 grams per scoop or something. But in this one, you get 30 grams per scoop. So it's like they really condensed a lot more protein into the protein powder. And yeah, so I like that one. And it makes it a little bit more expensive. I had to spend like $90 or 9,000 yen on 3 kilos of that. But I was like, you know, I want to start working out again. And that was like one of my habit loops that I did in the morning, was that like when I was going to work out, I would do that on the days where I had protein powder. And then also that made me want to eat more protein too, like more, you know, like more eggs, more fish, more red meat, you know. So, like, yeah, because like that's one thing I told myself I was going to start doing this year, is that I'm going to start working out at home more, and at least 3 times a week. And it's so funny too, because it's like I bought this workout bench a while ago, and I've been meaning to get rid of it, but it's just taking so, like, you know, I guess I could hire somebody, but it's like a perfectly good workout bench, so I'm just waiting for like a friend or something to be like, yeah, I could use a free workout bench, and then just give that to them. I guess I could bring it back to the guest house if they wanted it. Yeah, if they wanted to use it. The reason why I don't use it is because it's probably like 50 plus pounds or whatever. It's a very heavy bench, and I'm already super heavy, and I know that probably Japanese apartment floors are very sturdy, but I don't want to chance it, so I'm I'm trying to, yeah, that's the reason why I don't like using that. If I'm going to work out, I don't need an extra 50 pounds below me, you know, while I'm making big movements. So yeah, but yeah, that's another thing I got to get rid of. But and then I also have these 2 computer screens that work fine, but it's just I don't need them anymore, and so I'm gonna give those to a coworker. But those have been in the way too, so it's just like decluttering the house, you know. I mean, like it's so funny. I always want to give myself crap, but then I'll see these people that go to like the hikikomori people's houses, and they've got like literal bags of like fresh trash around them and cockroaches and shit. And I was like, oh, I just have you know, I have like stuff laying on the ground, but like nothing's like decomposing or whatever. Like, okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, yeah, gotta be careful about that. We're fine. But yeah, gotta remind myself about that shit too, you know. And also for the protein powder, guys, you got to be careful. Like, I think the protein powder, if you don't wash it out of your mouth completely afterwards, it breaks down enamel in your teeth or something. So, yeah, that's one thing I should remember to say about the protein powder. But anyway, just protein powder will make me gain weight, right? But hopefully if I'm exercising and it's doing more and more like that, then it'll be more beneficial than detrimental, you know? Hopefully, right? Ah, shit in my dad's asshole and call me Susan. What? But anyway, no, it's just, God, I felt so bad, you know. My buddy, yesterday, I felt, like, guilty bad, you know. Like, guilty bad, but angry at the same time. Like, I have a buddy that I've been friends with for over 20 years now. And, you know, like, God, he's visited Japan probably 15 plus times now. And he's like the nicest guy ever. Like he's like nomadic gaijin. He's pure. Like, if you want to know if somebody's a piece of shit, then just like, you know, see who hates that guy, and then you could tell they're a piece of shit. But he's my buddy, you know, and he visits Japan a lot because he's got a job that lets him take the vacation time for it. And it's just you know, each time this guy comes here, I try to introduce him to Japanese people, and so that he has friends. Because, like, whenever he comes over here, he always just solo travels, and then he wants to hang out with me a lot, which is fine. Like, when I was younger and I had more free time, it's so funny because I have a lot of free time now, but I use it more for the things that I want to do. Like, I feel like I was very social when I was younger just because I was bored, you know. I was bored and insecure and didn't know what I wanted. But now I'm like I'm very secure and not bored, and I have a lot of projects that I want to work on. And so I see being social as a thing that's like a reward versus like a battery recharger. Like my buddy back home, like one of my best buddies, like he's constantly going out. He's doing like I don't know, fucking what does he do? I don't know. All this stupid white people shit, like volleyball, racquetball, like anything at a rec center. Like he's got a bunch of rec center groups that he's a part of, and he just loves being around people. And you know, like that's how he charges his batteries. He doesn't want to be at home with people, you know. And I don't know. I think one of the reasons too, though, is that like he's always lived with roommates, and it's funny because he makes a lot of money, but I think that he's afraid of being alone. But he doesn't want to commit to being with his girlfriend. Like, you know, he's you know, he's about 40ish now. So, but it's so funny because it's like the guy's in really good shape. He's got a good job that he doesn't hate, and he could afford a place by himself, but he like chooses to live with roommates, even if they're not the best roommates sometimes, just because I feel like he doesn't want to be alone. But you know, me too. Before I moved into this place from the guest house, like I was worried that I was going to be lonely because I'm so used to saying hi to people and meeting them every morning. And yeah, for the first 6 months of living here, it was tough. Like it was very lonely. Like you know, I wasn't used to being alone. Like when I think about it, before the guest house, I lived in my house, and that was like for 5 years, and I had roommates for 5 years there, and then just like 3 or 4 years on and off in the guest house, you know. So it's like fuck, that was almost 10 years of living with people. And so before that, I only had lived with by myself for a little while, and again I was working like English teaching jobs, and like still in the middle of learning Japanese, like hardcore, and I didn't really know who I was or what I wanted to be. And I was always comparing myself to other people that had better stuff than me and shit. And it's just like, so of course, like, I feel like I kind of, I mean, I don't regret doing it, right? Like, I think it was good that I went out and met people and socialized and stuff. Like, I learned a lot about myself by doing that. But I guess what I'm getting at is just, like, I don't need to, now that I know more about who I am and what I want, it's just, I have the friends that understand that. And I hang around with those people more than the people that would get angry if I don't hang out with them a lot because of that reason or whatever, right? And so, yeah, I'm just, I'm putting the new batteries in my microphone. I bought these rechargeable ones, but I still have a bunch of old batteries that I bought from the 100-yen shop. You piece of shit, open up. Where's the scissors? Son of a bitch. Yeah, so it's just like my buddy, when he's come to visit here, each time I've tried to get him laid or like introduce him to Japanese people, and this time around I was like, so you gonna meet anybody, you know? And he's like, no, you're pretty much the only person I have scheduled to meet up with. And I didn't snap at him, but I just kind of like, you know, twitched my eye a little bit, and I'm like, wait, like you're not gonna meet up with anybody else today or like this time? And he's like, no, you know. And I was like, what about that Japanese guy? Last time we went drinking, last time you were here, I hooked you up with that cool salaryman and golden guy, and you guys drank all night. You didn't get his contact information? And, like, I remember telling him before I left that night, get this guy's contact info. Get his, like, Instagram or Facebook or something. Like, keep in contact with this guy. And it's just, like, I don't like that. You know, it made me angry because it's like, dude, like, I want you to branch out. I don't want you to, like, the thing is like, I like people wanting to meet up with me. That's fun and all, but I don't want to be your plan A, you know? I want you to, like, I don't want to be the main objective. I want you, like, especially, again, like, you know, because, like, I noticed that when I travel solo, too, is that, like, I get lonely, and I want to be around people, which is why, even if I make money, you know, I would still stay at a youth hostel just because I like being around travelers and being around people, you know? Like, it's fun. Like, I think, no matter how old I get, I don't think that novelty will ever wear off of, like, being able just to be around people, you know, temporarily, and then just, like, on adventures with them. Like, you know, I always talk about how I don't have any regrets, but one big regret I have is that, like, You know, like I had all these people that I met at one point when I was like traveling around in youth hostels and stuff, and I didn't get their contact information, or like, you know, they quit Facebook or something. And so yeah, like there's two people off the top of my head, Jesse and Mike, that I know, that I met when I went to Hiroshima for the first time, and both of them, I you know, they both quit Facebook. So you know, I regret not getting like other contact information from them, because like those guys were really interesting. I remember one time, like when I went to Hiroshima for the first time, I stayed at a youth hostel that was inside the football stadium there, and that was crazy. And it was in the middle, like it wasn't in the middle of nowhere, but like there wasn't anybody nearby. And so what we did, like I met this guy Jesse, and he knew, like he played guitar, and he was from New Mexico, and he had like short black kind of curvy 2000s hair or whatever, goatee, glasses, and like he was just the chill dude, you know, and he was just traveling by himself. And then Mike was this ginger, kind of always drunk, but not like a mean drunk kind of way guy, and we were just all hanging out, you know, like we just became instant buddies. And Jesse knew how to play Tenacious D songs on the guitar, so we'd all get drunk and go on the balcony of the fucking stadium, and like we'd go inside the stadium and just sit in the bleachers and sing fucking Tenacious D. Like, you're not gonna get those kind of experiences going to a fucking hotel, you know. And yeah, it's just like my buddy, like, you know, it's just like he's staying in hotels, and it's just it made me frustrated, because I'm like, dude, I don't want to have to be like, I get it, like I really appreciate that you want to meet up with me, and that we're, you know, we're still buddies after all this time, but it really makes me angry that you haven't tried to branch out to make new friends, like you know, because when you come here, you give me this kind of implication that you want to hang out with me a lot for like multiple days at a time. And you know, it's not that I'm super busy with a very, like, you know, intense, heavy responsibility having corporate job, but it's like there are things that I want to do, and I'm not gonna just fucking you know, despite you giving me a heads up that you were coming to Japan, I'm not gonna drop everything just to hang out with you just because you think I have a flexible schedule, dude. And you're making me feel like an asshole, because it's like you expect me to hang out with you for multiple days when you don't even have an agenda. Like, what do you want to do? I don't know. And I'm like, dude, why is it I have to be a tour guide and fucking like, you know, why is it I need to make agendas and shit? I don't want to just go and hang out with you and do nothing. Like, you know, some people, they like that. They just, they'll go and they're like, oh, I'm going to catch up with my friend over coffee. And I'm like, well, can you come to where I am then? If you want to go get a coffee or something, come to where I am. Come to Kabukicho. Let's go get some coffee or something. Kabukicho's kind of far. Okay, so I have to drop everything I'm doing just because you're visiting, just so we can go get coffee and catch up. Like, come on, man. Like, you know, like this is 2020 whatever, whenever I release this, right? And it's like we've got Discord, you know, we've got social media. You know, you know, I have a YouTube channel that you never watch, and it's like you could, if you want updates from me, you can get updates from there, and you know, and if you have any updates, you can tell me. But it's like, I don't know, man. It's just like, and the funny thing is that if you were like, the thing that makes me angry is that I try to be fair with people, and I try to be straight up and just communicate with them, because I've been ghosted in the past. I've been like just left on red in the past, and that's such a shitty feeling, and I hate people that do that, because they just come off like cowards to me. And I remember like specifically, I mean, there were many instances, but like one specific instance was like I was working as an ALT in northern Tokyo, and one of the people from my company came in to give me a review, and they did not announce it ahead of time. They never even said they did things like this during my training, and this was a day where I got off on the wrong side of the bed, and I wasn't prepared for class, even though most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time I was prepared for class. And this guy comes in, and he's just like, oh man, like, you know, the fucking Sam's not doing good, and like you know, I didn't get fired, but like I didn't get my contract renewed. And it's just like, dude, if you had told me, like, they basically, the guy didn't like me. His name was Ryan, by the way. That guy fucking sucks. But anyway, like, yeah, that guy, this sneaky fucking snake motherfucker. But yeah, you know, like they wanted an excuse to get rid of me, and now like they had one, so that of course they're not going to give you. You know, it's so funny. Fucking that company, man. Like during 2011, they hired all these drunk people. They hired all these fucking like pieces of shit. You know, and but they gave them the benefit of the doubt because they were white and they you know, they were good looking. You know, the amount of bullshit that went on at ALT companies and the stuff they let go just because you were white and good looking enough. Like, it was bullshit, man. Like, I normally don't play the fat card or whatever, but like, yeah, that was some legit bullshit right there, you know. Yeah, it goes to show, guys, be attractive. If you're attractive, you get so much more leeway when you're an English teacher. I'll give you that much. But yeah, it's just like I was like, look, if there's an issue. Because like whenever the Japanese teachers would have an issue or something, which wasn't that often, but some schools would have issues, and it's like, okay, well, what is the issue? Like, can you communicate to me what the issue is, and I will work my best to fix it. But they would always just say, yeah, the classes aren't that good or something, or like, I don't like. You know, it's like, you need to give me specifics, man. And this is another reason why I like working for myself, because I can establish that style of communication with my clients from the very beginning, that I'm like, this is no bullshit, straight to the point. If you have an issue, you just got to tell me. And people appreciate that because they don't normally get that kind of like, you know, that kind of interaction, that kind of conversation with people when they're dealing with them. And I know in business it's always like you got to kind of be vague, but like this isn't like JP Morgan, you know, fucking hedge fund super stocks, like, you know, billions of dollars at stake kind of deal. This is just like, nah, dude, like, you know, this is a simple thing. I interpret for you, I translate for you, or like, you know, I teach English for you, and that's it, you know, and you pay me for it, and you keep calling me back because it's a good job, you know. But yeah, it's just like with my friends, it's like I want to be like, dude, like, you know, like I remember when I went back to America to visit for like 2 weeks or whatever, and I gave all my friends like a really like 2 months heads up, and I even told them like, look, I have a rental car, I can come visit you, like, you know, even if you don't want to go to your house, I could come nearby or whatever, like just give me like an hour or something. I just want to say hi. Like, I was very clear in the communication, and most of these people just left me on red, you know. And so it's like, oh, well, Sam, you're a dick for like getting angry at your buddy or something. And I'm like, hey, at least I'm giving him like my energy enough to show him that I care, you know. Other people would just be dicks and they just leave you on red, you know. Like, I know I'm not a big YouTuber or whatever, right? Like, I'm not like a big online personality or something, right? But it's just like, when I message people to hang out or to like film something, I'm very clear about what I want to film, and like I show them the example of what I want to film. And then I give them like the exact time or whatever, and I make sure that I only ask them this after we've interacted for at least like a month or two or more, you know. So it's like I've built up rapport with them. I've got all these examples. Everything's very clear cut. And then, you know, some people like, you know, will schedule something, and I get it. Like, this is not a really big channel. You know, they're not going to get any bonus points or brownie points from being on my channel probably, but you know, like we communicated. I thought we're cool, right? So it's just like, if you leave me on red, man, like, I get it. Life is busy, and you're probably a lot more busy with me with your bullshit, whatever job or whatever. But it's just like, could you at least say, make up an excuse at least or something? Be like, oh, sorry, you know, my cat died or something. I don't know. Versus just leaving me on red. And like, the thing is that like, I gotta remind myself that it's like, I'm not other people. And that the worst thing you can do is come off like you're offended that they were shitty in their communication. But because like half the time these people don't have any ill intentions, they just simply forgot because you're not important. And which is fine, you know, like especially for the filming or whatever, because it's like, if people I don't know do that to me, that's one thing. But if my friends do that to me, that's another thing. And that's why it's like I have such like a small circle of friends now, because it's like, yeah, you don't like, they don't do that to me, I don't do that to them. But and it's like, well, why didn't you do that to your friend coming to Japan? And I'm like, it's just I don't know, man. So it's one of those things where it's like, if you live in a different, if you're coming to visit me, it's just different, you know. If you're coming to visit a country, you're coming to do tourism shit, and like, if you have an agenda, like, if you have like a full fucking agenda, like, dude, respect, man, respect. Like, you got stuff you want to do. But if you're just like, yeah, I just want to hang out and, You know, you figure it out. You tell us where, you know, you figure out where you want to go, and we'll go there, and blah blah blah. And I was like, dude, like, he's just like, come on, man, like, fuck, because like that's one of the things I love doing about, like, you know, if somebody's coming to visit, or like if somebody's signing up for a tour, I really like to take people to like an event, like a baseball game or something, where it's just like there's a lot of shit going on, so I don't have to feel like I need to be on and like entertaining them the whole time. It's like there's other cool shit going on, and then, like, you know, try to bring them to like a cool party or event as well, and you try to introduce them to people as well, because, you know, there's some, you know, I got to give a big shout out, because there is some of you guys who sign up for the tours, and you sign up for multiple tours, and you keep coming back. And I really appreciate, I don't know if they want me to say their names, but I really appreciate you guys who do that. But, you know, for everybody who signs up for the tour, I try to get you guys hooked up with as many Japanese friends as possible, you know? So that way, if you don't sign up for a second tour or whatever, you at least have people that you can come back to. And, like, you know, sometimes people just need to be gently pushed in the right direction, right? It's just like, you know, like, I'm too lazy to go on Hello Talk, and I'm too scared or shy to talk to people in real life. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll go talk to this guy for you, and I'll make sure that you guys swap Instagrams or lines or whatever, and then just keep in touch with this guy, message him on occasion, say hi. Like, you know, it made me angry, because it's like this friend, like, you know, like, he's come here multiple times, and like, even when I've been in Kabukicho for like maybe 2.5 years, and he's already visited like 2 or 3 times since then, and each time we hung out, I got him at least one Japanese person's contact information, and he just didn't bother to keep in contact with any of these people. I'm like, come on, man, it's laziness. Like you love Japan, right? You want to learn Japanese. Why is it you're trying to fucking hit me up all the time, you know? Hit up some Japanese people, fuck's sake, you know? But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know, I don't care, said Pierre. I'm from France. What are you going to do, you know? Anger. Coffee time. Oh, it's so good. It's so pure, like the cocaine. So yeah, what else do we got here, guys? What else do we got here? Was there anything else I wanted to talk about? I don't know. What else was on my mind? It feels good. I got done with most of these videos. I just got to edit them now, and I was thinking about like extra things I want to do to make these at-home rants kind of extra spicy, you know, extra crispy kind of thing. Like, what else can I do for this? And you know, I was like thinking like maybe I could take some of this stuff and like try to figure out how to like make distorting kind of like patterns or whatever with like regular B-roll to make this look more trippy versus just changing the color. Maybe do some things where I put some like some of those Winamp cool visualizers over this shit or something. I don't know. But I mean, it's fun though, right? I mean, like, this is all about enjoying your creativity and whatnot, right? And so, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I was talking to Oriental Pearl like this morning, and she was talking about how like her channel has gone down like 40% in viewership, and I was like, well, yeah, man. I mean, like, you know, you're known for doing language learning stuff, or like the white chick speaks Asian languages, and then you stop doing that, and you're starting a new genre that you don't know really a lot about, and then it's like, yeah, you know, you just like, you got to give yourself room to, if you're tired of doing the same genre style videos, that's fine, but you got to remember that, like, you know, if people followed you for one reason and you're doing something else, then you know, a lot of people might dip off, but that just means you're garnering another kind of audience, and it's fine, you know, it's not a big deal. I like that she's doing what I did like 10 years ago, which is like, she's trying to branch out, she's trying to meet as many new people as possible and get new perspectives and whatnot. But I was telling her about how it's like, you know, she travels a lot. She always says that she travels a lot, but when she goes somewhere, she goes for like a day or two and then comes back, you know? Like, I know that she's gone to like Indonesia, or I don't know. She made videos where she went out with Tommy, like her husband, for like a week or two somewhere. But I don't know. That was still like she's bouncing around all over the place, and I was telling her, I was like, look, you have a spouse visa, so you don't need to work for a visa. You're making money from YouTube. Even if you're not making a lot of money, thanks to the sponsorships and the Google AdSense, you're still making, like, you're not going to be poor. You're going to be able to afford your apartment and whatnot. Like even if your videos dip off a little bit, big YouTubers don't dip off that much, but still. I was just saying that it's like, look, you've only traveled for a little bit at a time. And, like, part of traveling is feeling that boredom, feeling that, like, oh, fuck, this sucks. And it's like, but you're getting out of your comfort zone like that, and it's helping you expand your mind, open your mind kind of thing, right? And, yeah, it helps you open your mind and shit, right? And so... But if you're just like, oh, I went there for like a job and then I came back, it's like, well, you didn't really experience the town. That's like going to Disneyland and you're like, yeah, I went on one ride, I had one thing of food and then I left, and I'm like, well, you didn't really have the experience, like like you did one, yeah, you were physically there, and it's like, well, I've been there multiple times, and it's like, yeah, but did you meet any friends there? Did you it's just like, come on, dude, like you've gone, like, I don't know. I think there's a big difference between somebody who stayed somewhere for a week and didn't have anything to do. And I was like, you could still have something to do. You could film one video that you needed to do and then hang out and like explore, try to meet people, like, just kind of like refresh your brain. It seems like you're kind of, in a little bit of limbo because your videos or your views have gone down 40%. So maybe you just got to refresh your mind and, maybe not yoga or something, but get out of your, and she's like, I like my apartment. I like being around my husband. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But like, you're probably going to have kids soon, because you don't want to be too old and have retarded kids. So you're probably going to have kids sooner than later. And then even if you do have the chance to leave Tokyo, you're going to have that whole feeling guilty because you're leaving your kids alone, and you won't be able to do it as much. So like, now's the time to do it, and she's like, I was just like, if you ever wanted growth, like, cause it's like, you've gotten comfy, you've had your, like, you moved into 2 different apartments since you got married, and now you're like in Tokyo a lot, which is great. Tokyo's the best city ever, but I'm just saying, if you have the money, and especially if you have the free time, then fucking go travel. And I don't know, it's just in one ear out of the other. It's okay, it's whammons again. I love whammons, but it's just like, it's just sometimes you say things and it just doesn't go through. But I don't know, guys. I mean, if I can say that to you based on that interaction, it's just like, I think that it's good to go with an agenda, and it's good, even if you don't have an agenda, it's to make friends too, like make local friends even before you go. I mean, it's easier said than done, right? But I mean, you can go on Hello Talk, you can go and like look on Facebook for events that are happening. You could ask friends of friends, whatever. I mean, like, hell, the first person that I got to hang out with in Japan was my friend's older sister's ex-boyfriend, and he really helped shape a lot of the way I thought, and like, he really motivated me to come here, so it could be somebody random, but the whole point is like, at least pick 3 things and then branch out from there, and always have the idea that you want to meet new people. And this is like another reason why I have business cards, is because you meet somebody and maybe they're like older, they don't do social media or something, but you just give them the business card and you're like, yeah, you hit me up, whatever. And it's just, I don't know, I feel like life is, one of the best things about life is that there's always something new to do. There's always something new to explore. And it's so easy to get in these negative like feedback loops, and sometimes you don't, like, like other people, like, I guess, like, in Canada or something, or in America, like, in order to get out of their depression feedback loops, they take mushrooms or something. But it's just like, there's so much good shit in life, you don't really need to focus on the bad stuff. And I mean, you could, but you don't have to. But it's easier to focus on the bad stuff when you already feel bad, if you know what I mean. So yeah, man, shit, my dad's asshole. But yeah, so it's 9:30, so I got to get out of here in probably 2 hours to go meet Mr. Ken Suzuki and do the walking talk. And Yeah, I mean, like, this has been fun, man. Like, I really enjoy the go, even if I'm not traveling, because I'm not traveling. It's simply just because I don't have money to travel. I have the free time. I don't have the money though. Um, but it's just like, and I bet I could be cheap about it. Like, you know, I could go and stay in internet cafes or something, but I don't care. Like, that's how much I don't give a shit about that. You know, it's not on my priority list. But you know, eventually I want to go and get a tattoo in every prefecture, but for right now, it's not a big priority list, you know? But, yeah, what else am I getting at here? It's, I don't know. What the hell else was I talking about? Got 5 minutes left of the rant. I was watching Softy Papa's stuff still again, and, I really like his channel, man. He's got so much content, and he uploads, like, 5 videos a day, and, I like it how... Like, even before, like, because he's, like, 60 now, but even 20 years ago, he was still into, like, collecting antiques, and he's really into, like, collecting old stuff, and it's so funny, like, all of our, I don't know about you guys, but it's, like, even with my parents, you know, they love collecting antiques, and I always thought of that as, like, an old person thing to do, because I'm like, well, you can't use this anymore, so it's basically, like, an older, shittier decoration, like, you know, but at the same time, like, antiques have charm, they got history. So of course, like, you like that. It's like having like a little mini unofficial museum in your house, you know? Like, you see all these especially in new movies, you see all these people and they're just like the set directors are so just shitty. Like, there's nothing, you know? There's no heart to anything because they want to be cheap about it, not spend money. And but it's just, I don't know. I really like that. He has so many. I wonder, like, if he copied me or I copied him, because he has, like, a very similar profile to me with, like, all these different playlists that he has, and he does his daily live streams and stuff, and that's really cool, you know? I wonder what would happen if I did daily live streams. I don't want people to get too used to me doing that, you know? Because it's, like, one of those things where if you stop doing it, then people are like, oh, God, why? Why is there nothing out? And they want their, like, daily dose of you, right? Like, just today, too, he didn't do a live stream in the morning, and I've gotten so used to him doing live streams at 6 a.m., and I was like, shit, did I miss it? And I'm like, oh, no, he just didn't do one today. And, I don't know, I like having the set expectation that I do a stream once, or, you know, at least twice a week, but I remember when I first started streaming on YouTube, I tried to do themes where I would talk about a certain subject for like an hour or so, and I'd make custom thumbnails and like custom things for OBS, and it's like, nah, people just want to interact with you. They don't care, you know. If it's like for a special event, that's one thing, but, and I do think you should be trying to like upgrade your stuff, you know, more and more, a little bit, like, you know, Skoshizutsu, you know, like Kaizen, like every little bit and stuff. But yeah, you know, it's just you don't need to try to do something that you're not. And that was, like, another thing, too, man. Just fucking, what was it? It wasn't just, like, the YouTube streaming it or whatever, right? It's just, improving your stuff, right? You know, just improving all the stuff that you've got here and, making it a thing, doing the thing, right? And, yeah, like, I think about how I want to improve my shit, especially stuff like my stream and everything, and I'm like, there are little things I could do, like get like is it green screen glowing effects and everything for certain parts or whatever, and like getting a Steam Deck, and then like I was watching a documentary of the Completionist, and I see that he's got like 2 giant computer screens hooked up to the monitors, and or hooked up to his like big ass giant desktop, and he's got all these like really fancy stuff and fancy cameras, and like it's a real pro production. And the funny thing is like I know how to set that up, I know how to do it, but it's just like, do I want to do it? You know, like my office is part of my bedroom, and so I don't really, like, logistically I don't want to, even though I could set up my DSLR or something to do that. It's like I don't want to move things around. I like the way the things are here, and it's like, do you do comfort or do you do the whatever, right? You know, that's one of the nice things about staying an amateur, is that you never really have the pressure of becoming a pro and then maintaining being a pro, you know? But anyway, that's another talk for another time. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below about anything I talked about today. Like always, you guys are too pure, like the cocaine, and Dad loves you with mouth. Don't forget to smash the like button. Leave a comment. If you made it this far, just type down "that Doom guy fucks." Just type in "that Doom guy fucks." The guy's got a Gatling gun now, and he's just mowing down demons. It's pretty cool. But yeah, just write that down, and then we're probably gonna do a live stream right after this. So I'm probably posting the URL for that. And yeah, I gotta remember to put the fucking playlist for these type of random live stream topics or rant topics in the top comment afterwards. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Y'all stay black, and I'll talk to you later. Deuces. Yeah, buddy.